Anuradha Chawla. I have 20 years of experience in marketing, in sales, in HR, primarily in HR, where I was responsible for hiring students from across India and also training them for the industry, making them ready to, be efficient and work hard as we expect our developers to be. So that had been a little bit about myself. Growing up, I was a sports person, so my schooling was all in sports. I was hardly found in schools, in classes. I was mostly out and about games. So I used to play basketball. I was an athlete. So schooling had been mostly that. Plus one, plus two, we had to choose subjects. So even then, I was choosing sports and music. So I played nationals, basketball, badminton, and I was a vocal singer also. So at nationals, so I call myself a national level loser because in states I won everything, but at national level I lost all the contests. So you can call me a state champion or a national loser. I'm good with both. So today we are talking about communication in digital era. When we say in digital era, there is also a very understandable component, which is Gen Z. We are dealing with Gen Z, right? And this generation is very distracted. They are always on phone. They have very short patience level. They would not like to talk to you if they don't look, you don't resonate the looks. Everything matters. They're very clear about it. So I think for us to communicate well, we have to first, 85% of it is, before you open your mouth, it is not the content, it is the non-verbal language. And believe me or not, non-verbal also starts with your demeanor, the dress you're wearing, the posture you have, your eye contact, right? So everything is important. So today I'm going to cover all these aspects, and I would really request all of you to make it interactive, because I always say, like a car works on petrol, I work on feedbacks. I work on appreciation, and I want an acknowledgement that yes, you are with me. So it will be very interesting when we all start interacting, right? So I want to know who all are ready for nailing this session today. Communication, who all wants to learn? Just put a yes or in or whatever you want to say. Smita and Veena has raised their hands. Please go ahead. If you want to unmute, ask me your questions. Renisha also raising her hand.
Madam, I just wanted to say yes, I want to learn.
Thank you so much, Smita. Thank you. Wonderful. It becomes very easy when we are communicating. You know that there is somebody on the other side, and you're not just talking to yourself. That's why. Awesome. So we are going to have very interactive sessions. Any problems you have in life, anything you want to say, anything you want to ask, please feel free. Don't think it is off the topic. For this 1.5 hours, we are friends, philosophers, guides together, counselors together. So I was telling you about myself. When I started my journey as an adult, the first big decision I took was to get married, and that was at a naive age of 19 years. So I would not say it was a wrong decision. I regret it, but it was not even a right decision, because that first decision changed my entire life. I came from an upper middle class, and when I got married, the financial situation, we were both students, was not very good. So we had to struggle for quite a long time, and that too in separate cities. So, quite adorably, we were separated in the first, second month of our marriage, which is not very welcoming for an institution. So, we both evolved differently. We worked in separate cities, 250 kilometers away from each other. And that is how we both evolved as very different people, both both me and my husband. So when I'm telling you all the gory details of my life, this is one most important lesson from communication. If you want the other person to open up to you, if you want the other person to talk to you comfortably, first you have to build a rapport, right? And when you build a rapport, thank you for sharing, Sharda ma'am. Nice to know. But yes, we are fighters. We are going to make a great life for ourselves every day. So what happened was, at 19 I got married, at 20 I had my son, and then me and my son for good 15 years we were on ourselves. We made our life for ourselves. I used to live with my in-laws, but financially I made it for myself. And that is second most important lesson. I would like you to write your lessons in the chat. Okay. The first lesson is be financially independent before you are going for a marriage or anything. And we need to teach our students as well. We are responsible professors, teachers, mentors. So we have to teach them. And when we open up to our students, what happens? They open up to us. They are more receptive to us and they humanize us, right? Otherwise, we are only professors. We cannot do that. We have to open up a little bit, make a rapport with the students if we want to have good communication, right? So, the first lesson is open up, make a rapport. Right. All right. So that was a little bit about my schooling, and then I went to college, and then I got married, then I had a son, and then I thought that Anu, this is not working. If you really want to make something big, then change has to happen. And who changes? Anybody who can tell me? If you want to have big dreams, if you want to have a beautiful good physique, if you want to be ageless, if you want to be very fit, where who has to change? Tell me. Get to the chat. Tell me. Yes, Amritesh, please tell me. Absolutely, Tirupati. Absolutely.
Myself only.
Absolutely, Dr. Preeti. Wonderful. Thank you, Helena ma'am. Thank you, everyone. We have to change yourself. So yes, I have to change. Don't go on we and yourself and ourself. No, I have to change. I realized that my parents had given me an exceptional brought up. I'm a thoroughbred, but will I be able to do that for my son? No, because I don't have a penny in my pocket, in my purse. So, what? I will make a decision today that I am going to do a lot and I am going to change. So, with me, I want everyone to write on the chat window, I want to change. Anything you want to change in your life, say, I want to change. Right? So that day I made this decision. I took a job in few days, went for a lot of interviews, and I took my first job. Wasn't very interesting. It was a sales job, but somebody who wanted to earn a lot, sales job was very good. My monthly salary at that time was 4,000, and I used to end up getting 40,000 in my account. That was my first job in HDFC Bank. I was making credit cards sales, right? And Hi, can you all hear me? I'm sorry, there was all of a sudden the current went off. All right, thank you. So, yes, I was at I have to change, right? So, when I changed, things started falling into place. The job started giving me a good salary. For 4 to 5 months, I worked for the no, for 7 8 months I worked, and from there I got another job where I see everybody getting muted. Can I request everyone to please unmute their videos again? All right, thank you. You can unmute your video. This video is paused due to problems. I see a lot of problem word on my screen right now. Audible, everyone? All right, great. So from there, I took another job, and that is how I started working pretty good with the corporate world. And I started as an HR executive, then HR head, director HR, and finally vice president HR of an IT company. And I did pretty well because the list I made for myself: a house, good schooling to my son, an SUV. I was able to buy all that from my own salary, and that was my journey, I'll say, materialistically, and what ideas I had about a good lifestyle, right? So that is pretty much about me. Now, 2018, I left my job and I started learning about life. Living half my life, I did not knew actually what is life. So I took a life coaching certification where I realized that it is not just about running, it is also about slowing down, understanding yourself. Who am I? What motivates me? What makes me happy? What makes me sad? What inspires me? So, those are the questions I started answering. Okay, I don't see the nodal centers. Are you all there? I had the nodal centers with me before.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you guys please unmute your videos? I would like you to interact, ask questions, so that we all know that you're there. The nodal centers, please keep your videos on. Everyone, for that matter, it is going to be more interactive that way.
Ma'am, good morning.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning.
Ma'am, I'm Dr. Vinita Mathur from JCRC Jaipur Nodal Center. Our video is on and we are around 34 participants sitting here.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. You can keep the videos on and audio can be muted so that we have silence and we can interact. Whenever you want to talk, please unmute. All right. So yes, so after the repo, after knowing your students and your students knowing you, just like we just interacted, it is easier to communicate with them. The communication can be with much lesser words then. So now let me come on the communication part. When I'm talking to you, now you know the person, right? whatever you want to do, whether it is a business deal or it is a relationship thing, everywhere, most important is that you know the person. Once you know the person, interaction becomes much easier. Then it is every transaction in life, it is person to person. We say it is B2B, it is B2C. Actually, it is P2P, which is person to person. That is how the communication always happens. So, right now, today, we are going to talk about business communication, or let's say communication at large, with your in digital era, how it changes in digital era, an era where distractions are normal. Everywhere there are distractions. When students, they don't, their respect factor is also dicey. You have to build that rapport with the students, build that respect with the students, and that can only happen when you humanize yourself, when they know that yes, these are the professors we are learning from, right? And very, very important component comes inquisitiveness, curiosity. You have to make sure that your students are curious. So send them questions, ask them questions before you even start your lecture. What happens? Their vocal cords and their neurons, they are activated. They understand that yes, there is something that I have to learn today, learn from this professor, because you have activated their neurons. So let me start with a small story. There was once this person, he was coming from his office, and he's opening the gate, and his key fell down. Now that he's not able to find his key anywhere, he's looking all around. And when he's looking for the key, there is one person, a friend, who is passing by. He said, "Hey, what happened? Did you lose something?" He said, "Yes, I lost my keys." Now the stranger, he said, "Did you lose them here on the road?" He goes, "No, I lost them at my house on my gate, but there is no light there. So I am looking for my keys here on the road." Will that person ever get his keys? Yes, no. No, right? Because why no? Because that person doesn't hasn't lost the keys on the road. Just because there is light on the road, he forgot about his house and started looking for the keys where there was light. And my friends, that's what we all are doing. Sitting here in the session, also, you are on your phone, or you are on your laptop, on your monitor, or gone for your tea or coffee. You are not going to learn anything if you are not here with me right now, if you are not here with the group right now. Because here we have more than 100 people sitting with us. So imagine the kind of intellect we have here, right? So you have to bring all your faculties in the session so that we all build up an environment of learning. We learn something new today, right? And same way, we are looking for our happiness all around. We are looking for peace all around. Whereas it is right here within you. You know what? We are all for education. We are all educating students, mentoring students, coaching, counseling. What are we doing? Education is actually derived from the word educo. And educo means to draw from within. Everything is within. The knowledge, the peace, the happiness, the acknowledgement, everything, self worth. But we are looking all around for it. We're not looking here. And that is what, my friends, my submission is. Please be where you are, be mindful, talk to yourself, ask questions, and then go in that direction. That is the only way you can figure out life. That is the only way you can learn from life, or you can learn from anywhere. Otherwise, you're not doing justice, right? You can only do justice if you are there. Correct? If we are just doing it for, let's say, posting pictures on internet, we are not happy. We are just posting pictures on internet, but we are not actually enjoying the moment. Enjoy the moment and post it. Learn and get the certificate. So these are a few words, and I think communication is pretty much clear from what we are discussing right now. I will take you to the presentation as well. I understand everyone wants a presentation. Okay, is it visible to all of you? Is the screen visible? All right, perfect. Thank you. All right. So anybody who wants to unmute and talk in between can please do that, because I'll be a little focused on the half screen. I see you all, but half screen is with the presentation. All right.
Ma'am, we can put the presentation in reading view also, so that its visibility will enhance for the participants, ma'am.
Thank you so
Yes,
much. Wait, I forgot that. So now it is on reading mode, please. Okay. So okay, this is a little bit about myself. You have read and you know that since 2018, I started my own company. It's called Bbetter HR Solutions, and it totally focuses on trainings and coaching. So I coach people and I train them. That is majorly my profile. I'm also CEO of another company, which is an investment company. So we take pitch from startups. We collaborate with government, Mission India, Startup Punjab, Startup Haryana, all incubation centers. We set up incubation centers in universities. That's what we do, and I'm entering with these areas, these startups. Now, coming to the theoretical knowledge as well, very important. So, what is communication? Communication is conveying your messages, conveying your ideas, conveying what is going on here, and talking to the person, right? Okay, let me ask you. We have one verbal language where we talk, one we have non-verbal, which is gestures, eyes, right? How do we communicate? What takes more percentage, and how do we communicate actually? How do we communicate? One is from our words, one is through our body language. There is another third component, which is the most important component. Okay, non-verbal use is more used, right, Amritesh? Thank you so much. Tell me what, there is another component used. The words, the voice, then there is this non-verbal language, and there is third very important component. We talk with our heart. You know, when your communication goes from here, from your heart, what happens? You are genuine. You are really conveying from your heart. And you know what happens when we do that? The person in front of us also regards us the same way. They also give that real respect which we deserve. Otherwise, it is always, we are just talking, we are just conveying a message. But when you are conveying the message from heart, people connect with you, people talk to you, and people will buy your ideas, people will mirror your language. A lot of times you will see that you are sitting like this, and the person talking to you also made the same gesture. You sit like this, the person does that. You scratch your nose, the person does that. that is the best time to close a deal, because now the person is mirroring with you, right? So that is another hack, and I have this habit of giving hacks in between. You can note them down and we can talk about it in between. Please ask questions. So this is your ideas, your messages are getting conveyed through communication. Now through communication, people exchange and share information with one another and influence one another's attitude. If I yell at you, you will yell back at me. If I talk politely, you talk politely with me, right? So this is an understanding that we are building together. Now what is the significance of communication? Everyone, whenever anyone who is going out, he or she knows how to communicate. We use language to communicate. But tell me, what is the significance of this language? What are we trying to achieve? Why is it important? So let me tell you, we are all professionals, and being professionals, we want to harness all our skills. So your organizations are totally reliant on communication. Now this communication happens between one person to your senior or superior, or your subordinate, or your clients, or your vendors. So you will be surprised to know, every organization, 75% of their time is in communication. Whatever your work is, whether you are a professor, or you are a telecaller, or you are a software developer, or you are a hair salon designer, or anybody, 75% is communication. So as I said, to your superior, to your subordinate, to your peers, to your vendors, to your clients, your stakeholders, 75%. And that is why it is very, very important to communicate. Anybody who disagrees with me, I'm very happy when somebody shares that, because that gives me a reason to learn more, do some more R&D. So please, I know that I am amongst the most intelligent people. I see most of you are doctorate with doctorate, and I really enjoy this environment when we are creating a learning environment. So please feel free to pitch in. This is a platform to learn from each other as well. Right. So, who doesn't know about Peter Drucker? A very, very important line. He said the most important thing in communication is what is not said. Right? What is not said. That is important. So you have to listen. Deep listening is important in communication. Again, George Bernard Shaw. The problem with communication is the illusion that it has been accomplished. We convey something and we think, हो गया, बोल दिया मैंने, समझ आ गया. The person has understood. No, the person has not understood. That is why in Navy, what they do is, let's say I said, okay, close that push button. I, sir, closed the push button, or closing the push button now. So it is that, yes, I have received the message the same way it is conveyed. And it is not that I have heard that, okay, switch off the push button. Right? So it is very important that communication is accomplished when the receiver has understood, when the receiver knows your intention and the result you want to achieve. Another quotation here I would like to share is by Robert Frost. He says, half the world is composed of people who have something to say and cannot. They have to say, but they cannot. And the other half who have nothing to say and they keep on saying it. Do you understand? Do you realize the importance here? The importance is that we understand how important it is to keep quiet as well. If you have nothing to add in a meeting, shut up. Don't talk. You cannot just blabber. So Shutting up is as important as it is talking. Talking to people, conveying them is as much important as to listen and quiet. We used to say zip it up. You say and you zip it up. Listen. Listen to the questions. Here I am again sharing the two very, very important components, verbal and non-verbal, as I said. And what I said about spoken words, only 7% of your communication is words. You talk, and that is communication, 7%. It is your tone. What tone you are using, what pitch you are using, what is your body language. Are you really, if I am a coach here, if I am a trainer here, am I passionate about telling you, conveying you what I have learned over the years? My research, I want it to be useful for you. For that, I have to understand that there has to be change in tone every time. There has to be usage of non-verbal language, because right now here we are in a virtual world, and people, half the people with their videos off, will not even be listening. They will be on mute as well. So what you got to do is always make sure that if you are passionate about your work, is it well received? And to make sure that it is well received, I am sharing a picture with you here. Okay, stop sharing, Anu. All right, so now I want all of you to look at this picture. I'll share. So what I'll do is, please have a pen and paper ready with you. I'm showing you a picture, and I want all of you to write what you are seeing here. I'm just finding that picture I wanted to show you all. Okay, yeah, I got the picture, and this picture is also okay. I'm not going to tell you anything here, otherwise I will one second. Where is the okay, sharing screen now? Share, and the picture. Do you all see this picture here? Yes, no? Do you all see the picture here? Okay, now I want you to write your version of a one paragraph story about this. What is it all about? What is happening here? This is a picture from a corporate. Please use the chat window to write what do you see in this picture. Anybody who wants to unmute and share, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning to you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Currently, what I can say is that people who are holding the hands, they are connected, and the people, a person with white shirt who is not holding any hand with the other person, so he's looking here and there. He's not connected. Other people
You
seem to be
were
connected. That's
not very audible. It's a little disturbance is there in the background.
okay, ma'am. So I'll just write down your name because there's some network problem.
Can you? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Can you write on the chat window, please? I really
Sure,
want
ma'am.
to know what you are understanding from here. Some game is being played by making some pair. All are looking joyful. Leena ma'am, after this activity that is happening, everyone was in tears. So this is an activity I did. Now I won't be saying anymore to you. Please, everyone, I want your version of this in a paragraph here. What do you see in this picture? I want you to communicate. Okay. It seems after achieving some targets, they all turned and congratulated each other. Beautiful version. Thank you. Those who hold hands are connected. Man in white shirt not seems connected. Very good observation. Yes, I see that now. Everyone is trying to connect emotionally with partner. Has a friendly environment, sharing things to each other except one team. Sure. Though they are in the same place of work, they are in opposite directions. Sure. Though they are in the same place, all right, okay. Looking at each other, communicating through heart, sharing with each other something regarding activity, pairing with each other, saying to congratulate teamwork, team building activity. Yes, Sushil ji, it is a team building activity. They are being asked to sit oppositely and look each other for a while. Vidaraji, absolutely, that's what it was. Trying to build good bonds. Tirupati ji, yes, it is pretty much about building bonds. So I'll tell you, yes, everyone, you can please write your versions. Feel free. Nodal centers can also come, type, leave. Communication has to be in two ways. If it's only one person involved, then it becomes boring. Go ahead, everyone should write. I'll encourage all of you. You have such beautiful, perspective. Even I had not thought about it. So I had not seen the white shirt guy not being involved. Now, these are my mentees. I will go again, and next time I'll make sure that everyone is involved. I'll encourage everyone to write their version. I only see 13 people have responded yet. We have 80 participants. I would like all 80 to write. Everyone, I want all of you to write. Yes, everyone. Vinita Mathur's Nodal Center, I see a lot of people there. Feel free, everyone should. If they want to write on a piece of paper, it is absolutely fine. Do that. Good environment, okay. By touching, everyone feels other is similar to me, okay. That is another good aspect. I want everyone to participate. I want you to write about it. Anyone else who wants to write more? Yes, no. Am I getting more answers? Feel free to express. Very important. Okay, let's move on. I think nobody wants to share more, or you want to share. It's a matter. Okay, okay. Sorry. Communication without verbal form, eye to eye. They are giving good wishes to each other. The way of holding hands implies their understanding. It's a matter of feeling. Another is simple to me. So I'll tell you, this was another very small game where I made them hold hands and just look at each other, communicate only through eyes. And they were not supposed to talk. They were not at all supposed to talk. And this made them communicate through their hearts. And even some of them started crying. Some of them laughed like crazy. So this really gives you a, yeah. Amritesh Tiwari says, holding hands, having eye contact will get heart connected and communication will be fantastic or the best. Absolutely. And words fail us. At times we are not able to convey what we really feel. That is because we are not in touch with our own feeling. So that is the way of communication, when you just hold hands and you are not allowed to close eyes also. And you communicate. So that is amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you writing your versions. And that brings me to the uh, next screen and next picture. This is the picture. Do you all see the picture now? Did you see the picture? Yes? All right. I'll show it to you again here. So look at this picture, and I want all of you to write your version of what is happening here. Anything that comes to your mind seeing this picture. This is communication, my friends. Communication is verbal. Verbal is written as well as oral. So this is a written communication. I want all of you to write. Shall I stop sharing? Okay. Who wants to go first? Anybody who wants to unmute and talk about it. What exactly are they seeing? I would encourage all of you to unmute and talk to me. What do you see in this image? Okay, I'll show it again.
हेलो ऑन करना पड़ेगा हेलो
I'll just stop sharing just a second.
हेलो हेलो
Yes, please. Go ahead,
हेलो
please. We can hear
हेलो
you.
हेलो मैडम कैन यू हियर मी
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Ji.
या आई एम डॉक्टर एस मानकला फ्रॉम बीसीआरसी इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर इन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बीसी madam, we can see that there are different community peoples are sitting together. They don't have any language communication between them. That's why, in order to explain the same concept, we are having a different persons who can communicate in their language, and they are communicating the same concept to all the people simultaneously.
Wow. That is very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, who wants to go next? Vinita Mathur, Veena Mittal, Dr. Mohammed Nasiruddin. Would you like to share your take? What do you see? Okay, a team is presenting and there is question and answer or some clarifications going on, interacting and sharing knowledge. After presentation, the key speaker wants to participate, the guests. Thank you. Thank you, Harika, Leena, Govardhan, Ankush, Chetan, Amritesh. Thank you for sharing. The person standing in the picture is introducing himself to others. Person with mic is standing between audience. He is not connected with the front row. Mentor is communicating with everyone. Everyone is connected. It's a training program. Okay. Interesting. Anybody else who wants to share what is happening here? Let me share again. So okay, let me also go ahead. That this is a life coaching session where the lady standing there is a speaker, is a coach. The person here standing with a mic is actually sharing his experience, any experience of life. Others are attentively listening to him to help him. What do you say? Do you like that version? Anything else you want to like to add here? Yes? No? Do you want to add anything? Okay, let me go ahead with the presentation then. Thank you so much for participating. That was wonderful. You can clap for yourself. Speaker told something about some gentlemen, ladies from the different categories of people. The person standing with mic is collecting opinions from people, attentive listening, very good perspectives. Everything is right. It is just about communicating, talking to each other. Okay, Nivetha says it might be some interactive session with cheer up community. Yeah, very right, very right. All right. So there are a few factors which are very important during non-verbal communication. It includes your body language. Body language, we understand, right? It has to be positive, it has to be open. If I am talking to you like this, that is a closed posture. If I see my audience is leaning and, very much comfortable, I feel that they're not with me. So these are very, very important aspects of communication at any age. You cannot take the liberty of leaning and being, all over when you are a student, when you are surrendering to learn, right? So that this has to be across for any age group, every age group. Body language. Second is personal space. A lot of people breach that. When they are talking, they would just lean on you. Not at all comfortable. You have to keep a one arm distance from the other person. Third is your gestures and posture. Posture, as I said, it has to be very welcoming when you're talking. A little bit of smile helps. Gestures are your hand movements, what you are doing. So, gestures have to be very, very important. And, you cannot offend. In some cultures, using these hand gestures is offending. So, you have to hold your hands there. So, whatever is your audience, understand what kind of gestures are welcomed, right? Then, timing, very important. You have to be punctual, give proper examples, and a proper behavior. These are very, very important dimensions of nonverbal communication. Now, coming to your verbal communication. I am talking, you are listening. So both of us are communicating right now. These are two entities. The audience is one, listening. The speaker is speaking. And when I ask, you speak in between. So that is happening. Reading, you are reading my slides. Writing, I made sure that it is a session on communication. So you all must engage in all four components. And that is what we just did. Another very important component of communication is humor. You can bring a small joke in between. You can be a little sarcastic. make sure you do not offend people, right? When you are sarcastic about others, it is wrong. But sarcasm in a very subtle dose can bring a lot of engagement in your communication. You can make fun of yourself, right? You can always do that. Now, humor, it is a very, very powerful management tool. You can gain attention, you can create a good repo, you can make your message memorable. People will always remember your message. And then it is your health also. When you are happy, when you are humorous, it relieves a lot of tension. You enhance your relationship, you motivate people. So, very, very important to have humor, fun. It can be used to influence corporate culture. A good laugh, it is rightly observed, cuts across organization boundaries. So you can actually win a person, and this is a winning edge. So please try to add humor to your communication. Moving ahead, fundamentals of communication. You have to master communication skills. What is required, what is the right kind of communication? So the first important fundamental is what to communicate, what is the objective of communication, how to communicate. Third is very important, how to communicate. First is what, third is how to communicate. Why do I want, objective is what do you want to achieve from all of it, and whom to address. Now, I am coaching students, I am coaching adult professionals, I'm coaching teachers as per se specific profession. I need to know whom I'm addressing. Very important, when to communicate, how often to communicate, and how to get feedback. So, all these are very important. If you want, you can take a screenshot, please. How to evaluate the communication. Now, essentials for effective communication. Be clear about the purpose. What is the purpose of my communication? Understand the process of communication. How? Do you have to write a mail for this? Do you have to send a WhatsApp message? Should it be sent as an audio message? Or should you just call? Please understand what has to be the mode and the process of communication. Be clear about your target audience. Develop good communication skills. Now, how can you develop good communication skills? Articulate, right? कम में ज़्यादा कहना. Use lesser words to communicate your message. That is articulation. Be well informed. If you are not well informed, ask or read, research. Then plan your communication. Now, it is very, very important that you plan ahead that I am going to talk about ABC topic, which I researched from ABC, and I'm going to talk to ABC at this time for this much time. Correct? All the factors have to be factored in, or you need to know. Now, be positive in your approach. You have to be very positive in your approach. When you are going and seeking permission, don't in your mind already thought, have that thought that, oh, the person is going to say no. Never do that. Okay. Then avoid extreme feelings. I know you feel passionate about a certain topic, but you have to be subtle in your communication. You cannot be very loud with your gestures, with your tone, your pitch, your voice, or you cannot howl and complain. So, avoid extreme feelings. You can have them, but learn to conceal them. Self awareness is good, but self regulation is even more important. I am upset with somebody, I cannot go thrash the person, I cannot go yell at the person. I'll have to regulate, reframe my message that I am deeply upset about your doing this. I am very disappointed by this, but I cannot show that in my gestures so openly. Now, any questions till now? Anybody who wants to ask anything? Yes, no? Please feel free. All right. Now, essentials for effective communication. One, be sincere. Do not manipulate. It is absolutely important to be genuine, right? If you are communicating, you have to be sincere and you cannot manipulate. You have to be consistent. Appreciate the time factor. Don't take extra time. Use proper modes and channel. Please provide some time for screenshot. Absolutely. If you want anything, you can tell me. You want to take a screenshot, take it now. Right? Okay. Essentials for effective communication. As I said, be sincere, do not manipulate, be consistent, appreciate time factor, use proper modes and channels, be cost conscious of those modes also, and obtain feedback. After the communication, you can ask, I hope you understood. Do you want to repeat the message? Do you want to ask any questions? So make sure you obtain proper feedback and then move ahead out of the meeting so that the purpose, the objective of the meeting is achieved. Now, your communication leads to a relationship, right? Whether it is interpersonal relationship where you are talking to people, whether it is social. So you, Nivetha says whether the PPT will be shared. No, ma'am, the PPT is not going to be shared. I want you to listen and take the crux of the meeting and the learnings, right? Because presentations are more about your own expression. It is another communication here. So I would really like you to ask questions and learn from the conversation we all built together. Please feel free to ask questions. That is what makes a session more interesting. So let me take you a little bit on the interpersonal skills we develop through communication. Socially, like relations, we talk to our families, our relatives. So skills we use to communicate with each other, both verbally and non-verbally. These are the social skills or interpersonal skills we build through communication. And why they are important? Social skills always allow you to communicate, relate, connect with other people. And it is very essential for establishing friendships, business relations, navigating your way through life with a better degree of satisfaction. Because once you are socially accepted, once you are social, you talk to people, you enjoy life more and you build more satisfaction. So that is why communication leads to that social skills or interpersonal skills, and it helps you to be satisfied. All right, let me tell you another story now. Do you want to unmute your videos? If you feel comfortable, please unmute your videos. It's going to be more interesting when I narrate the story. Do you want to listen to a story? Yes, no? Yes. All right. Okay, Veena ma'am, thank you. You're making me be engaged in my own session. So, okay. Thank you so much, Ankushji. I will tell you about a very interesting story. We all know what are porcupines. Porcupines are those animals with the sharp thorns. कांटे वाला एक एनिमल होता है, राइट? से भी बोलते हैं, से बोलते हैं इसे. So once there was a big group of porcupines. These porcupines were living in a very, very cold area, very cold. And this year it was coldest winter. Now they were wondering what to do. It is so cold. How to stay, alive? Because porcupines were dying from cold. Now one of the wise man, he says, okay, let's huddle together in a meeting. Let's go in the cave and talk about it. So when all the porcupines gather in the cave, what happens? They start brushing against each other. So there were a lot of bruises, there were a lot of blood, and they were injured. But they realized that in that 1 2 hours of meeting, there was a lot heat generated, because of course when we huddle together, when we touch, so it is more warmth and more heat is generated, and they were like getting thaw. They were not dying, and they were happy that that heat was soothing as well. So there were a lot of communication. Some of them said that it is hurting us, we are rubbing against each other and we are getting hurt, so we want to leave the cave. Now people who were porcupines who were leaving the cave, it was too cold outside, so they were dying because of cold. But when they were inside, they were only getting injured. And that, my friend, is about communication, which is leading to interpersonal skills. If we build relationships, it is going to be tough. We have to communicate. We have to, at times, we argue, but we are alive in the ecosystem where we all are together, right? But if we choose to go mute, not talk, disengage, what happens? We are rather dying. So, what would you prefer, dying or getting injured? And that goes in every relationship. You communicate, you build relation. You don't communicate, the relationship dies down. Right? I hope you liked this story. All right. Okay. Let us do one more activity. I want all of you to come closer to your laptops. Thank you, Vidya ma'am. So it's very important, when you want to communicate, you operate from this machinery. This machinery is me, myself, aham, ma, me. Correct? So, what are we trying to do? We are communicating what we are thinking, what we are feeling. And this is a huge machinery which doesn't come with a manual. So, let us now create a manual for each one of you. Are you all ready? This is going to be a very interesting manual. Who all wants to play this game? And this is the most important component of communication, which is self awareness, knowing yourself. All right, here goes the list. I want all of you to write about yourself. I am a human being who loves. Please get to the chat window and tell me. I hope you can see the presentation also. Yes, no? Okay. I'm a human being who loves nature. I am a human being who loves to travel, who loves life, wants to be happy. Awesome. Everyone, come on, tell me. I am a human being who loves. What do you love? I'll encourage everyone to participate. Who loves to learn new things, who loves to spend time with friends, okay? Who loves to learn. Oh, amazing. Must be very intelligent. Who loves humanity. Amazing. I am a human and love everything I have been blessed with. Very nice, Mr. Chetan. who loves art and craft. Thank you, Ruby. Very nice. Creativity is actually, it blossoms when we are contained, when we are within ourselves, centered. Okay, I am a human being who wants to, I want to coach 1 million people. What do you want to? You want to be successful, want to be more meaningful rather than just successful. Oh, makes sense. Absolutely, Lina ma'am. I want to be more meaningful rather than just successful. Okay, others. I'm a human being who want to travel, who want to sing, who want to learn, who want to enjoy life, who want to become a president, who wants to become the principal, who wants to be the best teacher. Wow. Who wants to be confident, who wants to be happy and satisfied. Beautiful. Go ahead, go ahead. Just feel free, write. I want to fly. So when I am parasailing, I always feel that, when I'm gliding also, I feel that, yes, I'm flying. So go ahead, write. Okay, next question is, I am a human being who has the goal of, go ahead, write your goals. Probably buying a car, or buying a holiday, or, you know, wants to be confident. Absolutely. Go ahead, write what are your goals. Who wants to own home. Beautiful. Okay, I am a human being who used to be afraid of, okay, goal to make my nation pride with my all my deeds. Beautiful. Live a happy, prosperous life with my near and dear ones. Amazing. Come on, everyone, I want you to write. I'm a human being who used to be afraid of. Okay, I am a human being who has the goal of pursue PhD. All the best. Okay, I am a human being who is driven by, okay, being myself at any instance, afraid of when someone insults me. Vinita ma'am, don't care. Nobody can insult us till we accept it. And I always say, if somebody has 10 rupees, the person can only give you 10 rupees. They cannot give you a 1,000 rupee, 2,000 rupee. So if they only have insult in them, they can only do that. Self-confidence, driven by self-confidence. Afraid of bad health, which might make me dependent on the others, right? Driven by ideals and self-spirit. Beautiful. Okay, I'm inspired by my parents, my teachers, my son, by my past, okay, by my mother. Very nice. See how beautifully we are knowing ourselves. And those who are in the nodal centers can actually write in their diaries or phones also. Make this list. This is going to help you know yourself. I am a human being who notices, who has a habit of, who is happiest when I'm happiest when I'm around my family and friends. I'm sorry if my voice is breaking. I didn't realize it. Happiest when I travel. Okay. When helping others. When achieving goals. True. Okay, let's move forward, and everyone, I want all of you to take all the questions here. I get disappointed by, I get disappointed by a lie. You know, people who lie, I don't like that. Oh wow, Vinita Mathur ma'am, we are very much same from the beginning. Happiest with friends and family, people who lie. I can resonate a lot with you. Okay. Amriteshji says by lies again. I am disappointed by people who are not punctual, because I reach on time and then I'm looking for everyone to join. So yeah, people who are not punctual disappoint me. Yeah, people who are not honest, people who break my trust. Absolutely, wahi ma'am, trust. Disappointed by ineligible and incompetent people being promoted. Oh, a lot. Only meritocracy should be the purpose, the parameter. Disappointed by fake people. Really? Oh, yes, that is mine as well. Chetan Vishish says voice breaking. Okay, let me change to the modem now that light is back. Okay, okay, I'm going to switch. So there'll be a little bit of, but you can continue with the list, okay? Internet modem now. All right. All right. So thank you so much. I think the voice is clear now. Disappointed by unhappy people. Uh, I feel compassion towards unhappy people, and I feel that it is my responsibility to somehow, help them, make them happy, or connect them to people who will make them happy, because that is kind of my job. I am a coach, I'm a mentor. I like to help people. Harika says, wish I could invent something new and helpful for society. Such a beautiful wish. Wow. All right, go ahead. Everyone, take all the questions. I am a human being who believes in God, believes in myself, believes in my family, believes in positivity, believes in my strength, supreme power, we all, beautiful, who believes in ghosts also, believes in change, believes in God, believes in, I believe a lot in animals also. I just somehow feel that they are very, very unconditional in their love, and they are very expressive, and they are just, they just respond. Okay, I am a human being who would give, okay, I'm a person behind my student's success. Okay, who would give my hand to the needy, beautiful. I would also give time to the needy, somebody who needs my time. I would give attention to people who deserve it. I would not hold phone when when I'm communicating with someone. love and affection, give happiness around, beautiful thought. Okay, everyone, I want you to answer all this. Who wish I could be well financially stable and serve the nature by planting trees, give support to the deserving. Wow. Will one day become role model to someone. For sure. Congratulations and all the best for that. Know more about yourself because you can only communicate if you know this machinery. I am a human being who will one day become the best version of myself. Become effortless in all that I do. I'll just do it after effortlessly, and that happens when I'm prepared. So go ahead, anybody who wants to add anything here. All right. Who will achieve the one for which I am born? Full-time agriculturist. Wow. See, we are exploring so much about ourselves. One day make all around me proud. Great. Able to work 22 hours every day. Don't do that to yourself. It's okay. 8 hours sleep, wonderful. You are responsible for your body also. You are responsible for your mind also. So please be kind to yourself first. You don't have to work 22 hours. No, please don't do that. We have to have balance in our goals also. We should not have very, very high goals that we don't give rest to ourselves. All right, this is one of the books I have written. I've written two books. This is my first book, so I have shared it with you. It is very relevant to today's topic. It is about happiness, about transformation, about silence, which is the most important component of communication. At times, silence speaks volume. And today, because we are talking about communication, so let me take you to the silence part. This is 53 page. Let me read out something very important from silence. Please hear it. Silence is a verb I feel. Never mistake it as anything less than action. It is a very, very powerful tool and has the capacity to do wonders. Silence uses a non-verbal language, yet it is the best tool for expression, connection, and building relations. Silence can sing the most melodious and soulful songs that can bring peace and joy to a soul. It can be so soothing that it cures the deepest of wounds that were to stay till eternity. I read somewhere the best revenge is silence or no reaction. It creates a lot of curiosity, and you are saved from using harsh words and indulge in arguments that are disturbing for your soul and may lead to guilt later. When we are angry, we just say anything which we don't mean as well. That is why silence is most important at that time. Practicing silence can calm and distress. Sorry, practicing silence can calm and de stress you. It can help you relax and restore your energy. It helps you to introspect, discover yourself, and most importantly, connect to your higher self. So, silence speaks volume. Listen to silence, it has too much to say. If silence was given words, it would write the best of poetries and stories. I'm not going to read more. You can read it from the book. It is available on all the forums. Link. So what we call Flipkart, Amazon, Notion Press. They are my publishers. Now I will stop.